Remember when everyone would ask you when you were little, what do you want to be when you grow up? And now we're grown up and don't know what we're doing with our lives? Hi, my name is Madeline, and I am a college and career life coach. I help high school students, college students, and other young adults navigate the confusion that is life after graduation. Whether it's choosing your first career path or changing to a new career path, I am here to help you figure out what it is that you are doing with your life. So, welcome, get comfortable, and let's hang out together. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming back again. I'm so happy to have you here today. We're going to talk about, is work supposed to be fun? And I feel like a lot of people have differing opinions on this. So I am excited to share my take and continue this everlasting FAQ series. So, is work supposed to be fun? Absolutely, yes. I would say that it is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy what you're doing and find interest in it at least. Does that mean that every job has to be fun and easy all the time? No. Like a lot of times, especially in my job, it was not fun or easy. And having a fun work environment and fun coworkers is what made that job doable for as long as it was for me. So it's not supposed to be easy and fun and rainbows and butterflies all the time, but what it's also not supposed to look like is you crying every day because it's making you so incredibly miserable that you can't even see the point in doing it anymore. Like I was. That's where I was in my job. And it's never supposed to get to that point. And when it does, it's probably time for you to either take a really solid break or pack it up and leave. I absolutely loved what I did as an x ray tech. I loved serving my patients. I found the job exciting. Obviously, it's not fun all the time, and you witness some very sad situations. And I wasn't necessarily a fan of the workload because we were understaffed, but work was still fun for me because it was an exciting job for me. And I had some absolutely amazing coworkers to trauma bond with me during my time there. I met some of the absolute purest souls, the best people that I have ever come across in my life working at my x ray job. We were working at the hospital together. And, if y'all happen to be listening to this, which I hope you are, the impact that you guys made on me will forever stay with me. And I will always cherish our friendship, no matter how far away we may wander apart, because we are in different parts of the world right now. Well, the country right now. No matter how far apart we wander from each other, having those special friends as my coworkers is probably the only thing that kept me in that job. And I love y'all for that. And I have nothing but love for you. I wish nothing but the best. And I hope you felt loved and appreciated throughout our time together because I always tried to make sure that I verbally expressed my appreciation for you guys whenever I got the chance to, because I would get emotional sometimes about how the job would weigh down on me. And I would be like, these people have really been my saving grace. I need to send them a sappy paragraph to let them know how much they mean to me because I am that type of girl. Okay. So yes, if you're listening to this, I hope you felt appreciated and I hope you know how much I love you and how much I really, really cherish our time together at the hospital because, y'all, let me tell you something. When you trauma bond with somebody, that is a different type of bond. I'm telling you. And let me tell you what, working at the hospital, trauma. It is straight trauma. And I'm not talking about the trauma that comes in that needs our assistance. I'm talking about emotional trauma for myself. Okay, that's not funny. Anyway, my therapist would not be laughing. Let me reel it back in. I met some of the most special people working at the hospital as my coworkers, and they are the only thing that kept me in that job for that long because I really was struggling because that job was starting to weigh down on me. They truly helped me get through some of my toughest days there. I got to show up to work looking forward to being around them and the fun that we were going to have together. And that was so important to me because it made a job that was not so fun a heck of a lot more fun than it actually would have been had I been there by myself or there with people that I didn't enjoy being with as much. My coworkers always had my back, and I knew that no matter what craziness the day would hit us with, because we were very often hit with craziness, that was not ever a question. I knew something was going to happen, just didn't know when or what it would look like. But whatever the day would hit us with, I knew that we could get through it. X-raying sick people all day was never the most fun thing for me. I loved serving people and helping people. Yes. But I also am an empath and I am very, very good at sharing the emotional burden of others. So I'm sure you can imagine that working in the healthcare field was not a walk in the park sometimes. It was interesting to me and I enjoyed it, but people don't feel good and they don't want to be there. They may even be scared. And that's okay, that's normal, but I'm just saying they're not their best selves in that situation. And so a lot of times you can find yourself being treated poorly for I don't want to say for no reason because it is a valid reason, but still it's not doesn't feel good. And I always did my best to treat my patients with kindness and respect and give them great care even when sometimes they were not returning that same treatment. Sometimes I was getting swung on by old ladies and it's fine. I'm fine. I survived. But I'm just saying, some people were really appreciative of me being like a breath of fresh air because apparently all the people that worked there acted like they hated their lives, which I don't blame them. But I would get comments all the time saying, "You are a breath of fresh air. You are so happy. You are so kind." Like some people would really appreciate that. Other people wouldn't care. They were too busy dealing with their own things to realize how they may be coming off to other people. And that's okay. Like I said, that's normal. That's expected. People are scared. They're in pain. They're uncomfortable. They don't know what's going on. So yeah, I'm not mad at either situation, but that's just the nature of the job. And so it was hard for me sometimes to emotionally deal with all of those situations because it really was like a huge variety. Like you could have one patient that you have the absolute best interaction with and it made your day. And then the next patient could be cussing you out, trying to literally hit you and, not cooperating basically. So you never really knew what you were going to get with each patient. It most definitely wasn't the most fun job that I could be doing. I don't think people go into the healthcare field because it's quote unquote fun. And I didn't choose that career because of the level of fun that I would have. I chose it because I thought it would be rewarding, and which it was. But, I've explained why I quit, so I don't feel like I need to get into it right now. I feel like you can make any workplace fun. And that's what's important. That's why I'm saying your job should be fun because sometimes the work is extra serious. And in my hospital situation, sometimes we get fun patients and we can have fun together, all of us. And sometimes we get not so fun patients that really need some serious care. So in the medical field, I feel like it could, it's like a flip of a coin, like probably about a 50-50. Well, I don't want to say 50-50, probably like a 75-25 chance that you'll have somebody upset and not wanting to be there versus having someone happy to see you. But it's always different, is my point. There are some jobs that are serious all the time. let's take my uncle, for example. He is a funeral director. And I don't think that it's ever considered fun to prepare a family for the loss of a loved one or to support them through the loss of a loved one. And he probably did not choose that job because it was obviously like that's not fun. So you can't choose that job because it's fun, right? But you can still have coworkers that make it fun for you. Coworkers that will obviously we all act appropriate and professional around the patients, the clients, the family members. But when they're not there, it's okay to lighten the mood and to have fun. And that's what we did. We would laugh to keep from crying, essentially. And so, in situations like, especially with my uncle, when like you're never really going to have a fun situation to deal with, it is important to have fun with your coworkers and to at least have a good relationship with them just for the sake of your longevity in that career field or at least at that location, because it's not going to be very fun if you have to be serious with your clients, which obviously I would recommend in that situation, but also like super serious with your coworkers behind closed doors too. I just don't see how that would be fun for anybody. And the administration, especially in the healthcare field, the administration makes a big difference too. Sorry if y'all can hear a dog barking in the background. I think my neighbor's dog is outside barking. But the administration makes a big difference. I mean, they also kind of monitor the work environment and make sure that it is positive and fun sometimes and operating in the way that it should to keep people happy and to keep people feeling appreciated and to keep people going. So I feel like, yes, work should be fun in the sense that you should be able to have fun with your coworkers and really get along with them, but also in the sense that like even with the heavier jobs like working in the healthcare field or especially working in a funeral home, no, those jobs aren't considered fun, but you should at least have some interest in them. I would think to be able to, like I said, be in that field long term for the sake of longevity. Like I think there has to be some degree of interest and fulfillment from that job, like from helping people, for you to be able to stay there, especially if it's not technically a fun workplace. So while preparing people for the loss of a loved one may not be fun, it could be extremely rewarding, which feels good to you, which benefits you in the same way almost. And that's not always something that you can plan for when you're choosing a career. But when you're on the hunt for specific jobs, like once you've already chosen a career, like for instance, me, I had already chosen x ray, I had graduated, and it was time to look for a workplace. Once you're on the hunt for specific jobs, having a positive work environment and good administration could be one of your career deal breakers. It was definitely one of mine. And I was fortunate that I was actually a student at my workplace before I got hired. So I saw firsthand how it operated and I knew that I wanted to be a part of it. So I didn't even really apply to any other jobs because I was already set like, oh, this is a good place. The work environment here is positive. The administration is good. I like it here. Now, granted, did that serve as a disadvantage to me in the long run? Probably, because I didn't weigh my options and didn't compare benefits in other workplaces. But that's just how confident I was in how great of a place that was to work at the time. So I got hired and I saw firsthand how it operated and I knew that I wanted to be a part of it. Not everybody gets that opportunity to, kind of try before you buy with a workplace. But if you do get the opportunity to even just job shadow, talk to some of the people that are there when you go in for the interview, whatever the case may be, to try and do your own little investigation and see how much a workplace is positive and can benefit you, like you need to do that for real. And just remember, like when you're applying for jobs and going to interviews, it is just as much an interview that you're conducting with them as they're conducting the interview with you. So make sure you ask important questions to the people interviewing you about what the workplace is like, what the benefits are like, all the important questions that could make or break your happiness and your contentment while you're there. But just remember that work is supposed to be fun. And it may not be fun all the time, but there should be some level of enjoyment that you get out of it. Otherwise, how do you expect to stay in that career long term and not become miserable and resentful of it? If you have any questions about any of this stuff, workplace related things, how to find a good workplace, what to ask when you're going into a job interview, anything like that, if you have any questions, I'm here for you. If you're struggling to find a career, struggling to pick classes for yourself, find a major, find a college, whatever the case may be, I'm here for all of it. I have a free 30-minute call that you can sign up for, no commitment required. It is just us talking for 30 minutes, getting to know each other, me listening to your situation and figuring out how I can best serve you. So I really encourage you to take advantage of that free resource along with my free career personality quiz if that is something that you need. Hang out with me on social media this week. I will be posting bonus content about should work be fun? And I hope you can benefit from it. I am on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Madeline Swan LLC. So I will catch you there. Until next time, stay safe and let's hang out again soon.